What up, G Life? It's your boy MC Shadow back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and are subscribed to the channel. You know what I mean? You do help my channel get into the algorithm that way. It's free. You know where it says subscribe right there. Go ahead and tap that, the like. Help me out. And don't forget to check out my second channel, Menace Society M.O.D, where we talk about stuff outside of the streets. Now, before I get into the video on the topic, I want to thank all my subscribers. It's always a trip to me when I check my email and how many emails I have from different individuals from all over the place who are telling me, hey, make a video about this. We want to hear your point of view on it, and just to want me to do a video and hear my point of view is a trip, because I'm nobody. You know what I mean? I'm just a regular individual. To get that support it's a trip to me. You know what I mean? So I appreciate all of you guys. That rock with the channel and rock with me. You know what I mean? It's cool shit. Like I said, I don't think I'm different than anybody else, but I dig it. Cool shit. So I do honestly appreciate your guys' support. Now what I wanted to talk about today, well, everybody that was hitting me up on the email to do a video on, especially you, Caesar. I did get your multiple emails. But yeah, for sure, Dispensa, if I liked it to reply back to you, it's just that sometimes I get a lot of emails, and just to reply to everybody, sometimes it's a hassle. You know what I mean? So Dispensa, if I liked it, but here it is. Now, when it comes to American Cholo and wack100, right? Like I said, I got no horse in the race, right? So they're beef, and they saying let's catch a fade and wooty wah. I'm subscribed to American Cholo. He's pushing for the raza. I don't always agree with his methods, but I respect him and what he does. You know what I mean? He's doing some shit, so it's good shit. You know what I mean? Like I said, I have some different points of views on some stuff, but I agree with a lot of what he says too. You know what I mean? So, he's doing something for the brown. Now for wack100, I could only be honest right here on my channel. I only keep it 100 right here, right? So I'm not gonna say that the individual's a snitch. I'm not gonna say that he's gay or BBW or whatever the hell these people be using. I'm not gonna say that because I don't know the individual, right? I haven't seen no proof that he's gay, or haven't seen no proof of this and that. So I'm not gonna touch on stuff that I don't know. I'm not gonna make up stuff. I may not like the individual, right, because of what he said about my people and everything like that. So I may not like the individual, right, because of the way he thinks. Straight up, I don't like the dude. I don't fuck with the dude because, of what he has said. But doesn't mean that gives me the right to make up shit about him and say this and that, bro. That's far from real. There's nothing real about that, bro. If you're making up shit about an individual, bro, you're just as fake as that individual now, bro. Shit don't make you down, don't make you hard, don't make you crazy, don't make you nothing but a fucking liar. 100. I know people think it's funny, a toda madre and everything, bro. You're making shit up about another individual, fool. You're just as fake, homie. That's the real talk. Could only call it how it is, bro. People want to pass, fibs like if they're facts, bro. So I'm not gonna, speak on anything like that. You know what I mean? Because I don't know that kind of shit about wack. But what I do know is that, he's dissed the raza. And, now people could say, hey, well, there's another individual that was on there that was Mexican that was dissing, that had said it first and said the wetback part and everything like that. I don't know that individual. I can't say nothing about him. I don't know him. You know what I mean? I don't know who he is or nothing like that. Now, I may disagree with the individual, but I'm not going to come on here and say, oh, he's going to get checked or he's going to do that. I don't know nothing about none of that, bro. You know what I mean? So with that, I have no, I don't know nothing about, that, right? But that he's Mexican, right? So although I disagree, it's kind of like saying if you're arguing with an individual, right? And let's say they're all, blacks, a black gets to call another black, insults and whatever, and gets to say all this racist stuff to him because he's black, right? So his people are not gonna trip on it. But if you're Mexican, you're right there, and you say something, they're probably gonna look at you some type of way, right? Same right here, right? So the same applies right here. Well, the guy's brown, you know what I mean? It's kind of like if well, the guys are black, it's kind of like some shit like that, right? That's why it's never good to mess around like that, right? Because now those lines get really thin, bro. And he knows that. You know what I mean? Wack's not dumb. Now, I heard the arguments, them going back and forth and being called out for a fade, and wack100 calling American Cholo a liar, and American Cholo saying that wack100 doesn't know what racist is. He grew up in an area. Look, I'm from the San Fernando Valley. I'm from North Hollywood, right? Born and raised out of North Hollywood, right? But I also spent some time in Arleta, where we moved to, which is right there in Pacoima, right? And my stepdad is from Pacoima, he has some status to him. So, I am well aware of both cities, right? And I was around, like I said, I was in the mix. People, like I said, 4 million views on my channel. People never called me a liar or nothing. I could only spit it, I never fronted, bro. I only come and tell you how it is. I don't think I'm crazy for it or down or nothing. None of that shit. I'm just spitting out the truth, bro. It's not to, glorify or to make, somebody seem crazy or nothing. Nah, this is just spitting out the facts, separating facts from fiction. That's all it is. Because at the end, I don't see myself above any, it's all pointless and senseless either way. But when it comes to, the overall interactions between different cities, the neighborhoods, the gangbanging culture and all that, Wack was lying, right? But at the same time, American Cholo didn't quite explain the dynamics behind it all that well, right? So, I'm here to, separate that, right? So wack100 comes from the area of Pacoima. And in Pacoima, you have a lot of different Mexican gangs in Pacoima, the Treses, the Flats, the Latin Times, Cayuga, Pierce Boys, Project Boys, Knock Knock Boys, Paxtons, the Brownstones, the Crazy Boys, the Criminals, and so on, right? Vaughn Street and, all these, Goleta, so many different barrios in the area, right? And then you have the only black gang, which is the Pacoima Piru Bloods, right? So in that area, Pacoima Piru Bloods, beef it with all these other Hispanic gangs, right? They beef it with the other Hispanic gangs in the area, right? But in their neighborhood, right, in the Noms apartment plexes, which is like little projects, there was another Mexican gang that was there that was named the Van Nuys Boys, right? And the Van Nuys Boys and the Pacoima Piru Bloods had a good relationship. They were cool, man. They hanged out together. They rode together, they were always together because they shared territory, right? So they had a good relationship, bro. Between blacks, there's Mexicans that are from, his wack100's neighborhood, and there's blacks that are in the van, and etc. Right? So they had a good relationship at one time. At one point, they had a really good relationship. Now the relationship there's no more relationship because there's now deaths, bodies have dropped now between the gangs. I don't know what happened. That's their battle, right? But now they have beef. Now they beef it, right? Now there's war between both neighborhoods. But at one point, they did get along. You know what I mean? I understand Gil's, he's removed from the streets, so he doesn't really know this newer information. So I understand, but yeah, they have beef now. But at one point, they were really good. But the thing is that they were just cool with the Van Nuys Boys. That's it. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons why the other Pacoima cliques don't like the Van Nuys Boys, right? Because they aligned themselves with the Pacoima Piru Bloods, and these individuals didn't like that. So that's why the Van Nuys Boys is the most hated Pacoima neighborhood, right? That's why they beef it with all the other cliques because of that reason, right? So these other individuals did not like the Pacoima Piru Bloods. So there was beef and wars between, wack100's neighborhood and those Pacoima gangs. But that doesn't mean that his neighborhood was beefing it with like other neighborhoods, like in North Hills or in Van Nuys or in North Hollywood. It doesn't mean that he was beefing it with all Mexican gangs in the valley, just with certain neighborhoods. Kind of like not all. You have a neighborhood that beefs it with a lot of different barrios, but they don't beef it with every barrio. You know what I mean? So even though he did have a lot of beef, a lot of Hispanic gangs, he didn't beef it with all Hispanic gangs either. But he talks like he does. He talks like if we're at war with all the Southsiders, when that's not fucking true. He's at war with a lot of Southsiders, but not all Southsiders, bro. And like American Cholo said too, like, no, they were cool with, well, they weren't cool with all Hispanic gangs. They were cool with just the Van Nuys boys and Golita. But then they had it war with all the other cliques, so, so they weren't cool with all Hispanic gangs either, and that I could only be honest, bro. I could only come and just clarify things, right? Right? Because I don't like lies, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that they were lying. It's just that in the heat of the moment, you kind of get caught up. You don't explain stuff sometimes right, so it comes off a little. But yeah, the truth of the matter is that, well, yeah, they beefed with a lot of Hispanic gangs, but not all Southsiders, and they did get along with some Southsider gangs, but not all of them either. And I get the disagree. I get the frustration that American Cholo has, because it's the same frustration that I feel. wack100 is constantly always dissing the raza. And to clarify things, this is not a black and brown issue. This is a wack100 and speaking against the raza issue. So this is not a black and brown thing, right? Because even the blacks don't respect it. Don't represent him. And here's another thing I'm going to say, right? Because I was having a conversation with an individual in the comments, and then a black person had came in, and he felt some type of way, and he started dissing and stuff like that, right? Which I don't understand why, but I get it. He was like, "Oh, you guys are now want to gang up on the blacks and what they would like." This is not a black and brown issue, But I understand where where he's coming from, right? Like, all you fools always want to punk the blacks and look. I'm gonna say it like this. The Mexicans don't punk blacks. I mean, there's issues, but they don't punk them, right? The blacks are not weenies. They don't let themselves. They're not pushovers. The blacks don't punk the raza either, right? The Mexicans are not weenies, and the Mexicans do know how to fight, and the Mexicans handle business. The blacks know how to fight as well. The blacks handle business, and the blacks are down as well. No one is downer than the other. No side is better looking, smarter, faster, greater. No. Both sides are equal. They're humans. Do you need food and water? Yes. Do you guys need food and water? Yes. Okay? This is merely just a skin color, bro. A different type of shade. That's all it is. It doesn't give you powers. It doesn't make you faster, stronger. You can shoot lasers. This is just a different type of shade. That's all it is. It's just a skin color. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. All right? So it doesn't make you wiser and, a better fighter. It doesn't do none of that. Both sides have great individuals. Both sides have sloppy individuals. Both sides have, came to the table with good stuff and bad stuff. Just like any other ethnicity out there. No side is better than no other side. That's people's egos that inflate, right? Because now they feel like, like with the whole thing with the Tyga song, right? I felt some type of way too about the Tyga song that he did, right? I didn't want Tyga to take down his video, and I didn't want an apology from Tyga. That's not why I spoke against it. I wasn't looking for an apology or that. Look how they bow down. All that shit's retarded, bro. I'm a grown-ass man, bro. I'm not a little kid. I don't worry about the petty shit. I was merely just expressing myself. That way he could know that how the raza feels, and that it's not okay. That we didn't all find that, how there's some people that be like, it wasn't even, it wasn't even that bad, or it wasn't offensive. Maybe you didn't take it offensive, but a lot of raza did. So maybe the world doesn't revolve around you. So maybe you didn't get offended, but some people did, right? And vice versa. Some people didn't, and some people did, right? So that's the reason why I didn't say he should take down his video or take down his song. I was merely just for he could know that the raza, that there were some of us that felt some type of way. That way he just knows, and, he probably won't do it again. And, and now he's aware, right? That's merely why, we express ourselves. It's never because we want individuals to bow down and none of that stupid shit. That's stuff that little kids worry about, right? Oh, we're looking weak. We're looking soft. We're looking like we're being punked. We're looking like we're... How old are you, bro? We're talking on some grown individual shit, bro. So when he's calling him out to a fade, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want to see these two old... No disrespects to the homie and and not even to him, you know what I mean? I don't want to see these old-ass fools fight, bro. I'm going to be 100, dog. Ain't nobody trying to see, They old already, bro. We ain't trying to see that, bro. We ain't trying to see that. They're not even boxers, bro. Come on now. Ain't nobody trying to see that. See, the thing is that it kind of goes back to, this thing like, if somebody works at Six Flags, right? Every day they work at Six Flags. So now when the family goes on vacation and they say they're going to go to Six Flags, this individual's not going to be excited to go to Six Flags. Why? He works there. He's there all the time. So to him, it's like, but people that hardly ever go to Six Flags, hell yeah, we're going to go to Six Flags. You're pumped, you're excited and everything because you hardly ever go to Six Flags. We come from the streets, bro. We've been in a lot of fights and we've seen a lot of fights throughout our whole entire fucking lives. So to me, it's like we've been in so many fights and seen so many fights, but we don't give a damn. But I get it why individuals would like to see this because they just want the drama, they just want entertainment because they hardly ever see shit like that. That they're just like I said, just excited because they hardly ever see shit like that. But truth of the matter, ain't nobody trying to see these old old homies, throw down, bro. That's the funny thing about wack100 that he doesn't seem to understand that. People are mad because of what you said about we didn't care that you diss Lupe because of her looks, her weight, all of that. You guys were, capping on each other, clowning, whatever. But when you bring the ethnicity, right, and the stereotype stuff, that is where the people have the problem, bro. Because you wouldn't like if the Brown did the same, like Hoodie from the Hood said, if the Brown did the same to you guys, right? It's just knowing the respecting, but see, he's not able to separate that, right? He thinks he's not doing nothing wrong, but you are, bro. Yeah, clown on somebody because of their looks and their mentality or whatever, all fine and dandy. We could all take jokes, but when you try to see, that's the difference. You weren't capping on them stereotypically because you were looking to be funny. You were doing because you were trying to insult that individual. Therefore insulting the ethnicity. So it wasn't for entertainment or laughs or nothing like that. It was because you were really trying to insult individuals. You were really taking it there. And that's where the issues come at. You know what I mean? So it's not like, oh, well, it's the matter, you fools can't take a joke or what. He didn't mean it in that way. He wasn't telling jokes. He was looking to insult. So, okay, he got it. We're insulted now. So why is it an issue? Why is it an issue? That's what you were looking to do. So don't say you weren't looking to do that. That's what you were trying to do. That is why it's a problem. Like I said, hey, it's a crazy world, bro. You don't want to, push people into, really taking it there, bro, because there is crazy individuals out there, bro. But it is what it is, homie. That's overall my opinion. What do I think about the overall, conversation and topic? Like I said, it's not always the best, funniest, or none of that. But I could only be honest about my opinion. But what do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. And Shadow, we out.